The bustling office was alive with the sound of ringing phones and rapid keystrokes as the sun cast a golden glow on the Chicago skyline. James Weston, the unyielding CEO of Vanguard Marketing Group, was pacing in his glass-walled office. His frustration was palpable. This wasn't just another Monday. This was the fallout from a colossal disaster. A high-stakes presentation for their biggest client had gone catastrophically wrong that morning. The visuals were misaligned, key data was missing, and the client stormed out in fury, threatening to pull their $10 million contract. James slammed his fist on his desk, his jaw clenched. Who was responsible for the presentation? He barked into the intercom. Minutes later, a junior HR manager sheepishly entered his office, trembling. It was Ava Carter, sir. She's new," he stammered. Ava Carter, James vaguely recalled her. Quiet, unassuming, only a few weeks into the job. "Bring her to my office, now," he ordered. Ava stood before James, her hands clasped nervously in front of her. She was young, in her late 20s, with an understated confidence that seemed misplaced given the circumstances. "Do you have any idea what you've done?" James roared, towering over her. "This company is on the line because of your incompetence. You're fired, effective immediately." Ava flinched but didn't crumble. Instead, she nodded silently, collected her things, and left. James felt vindicated. For now. Later that day, James's assistant burst into his office, her face pale. "Sir, you need to see this," she said, handing him a glossy business card. James looked at it. The name Ava Carter was printed in elegant gold letters, followed by a title that made his breath catch. Strategic Advisor, Global Acquisitions, Hawthorne Capital. Hawthorne Capital was a powerhouse. They weren't just one of Vanguard's biggest investors, they were also circling to acquire firms in their sector. James's stomach twisted as he connected the dots. Ava Carter wasn't just an employee. She was a plant, sent by the very company that held Vanguard's future in its hands. That evening, as James sat at his desk, contemplating his next move, an email notification blinked on his screen. The sender, Ava Carter. Subject, a second chance to get it right. The email read, "Mr. Weston, today was a test, and unfortunately you failed. Hawthorne Capital values strong leadership under pressure, but rash decisions without understanding context signal weakness. However, we believe in redemption. You have 48 hours to propose a recovery strategy for the client. Impress me, or Hawthorne will seek leadership elsewhere. Best regards, Ava Carter." James's hands shook as he reread the email. This wasn't just about saving a client anymore. This was about saving himself. In the days that followed, rumors spread across the office. Who exactly was Ava Carter? How did she hold so much power over their iron-fisted CEO? The answers would eventually emerge, cementing her place in the company's lore as the woman who brought James Weston to his knees, and reminded everyone that the quietest people in the room often hold the loudest secrets. The ultimate lesson: be careful who you underestimate.